Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Dan Cartalicchio. Want to welcome you to another segment of Destination Health Podcast. I am here with my friend, IFBB Figure Pro, Gina Aliotii. Gina, how are you today?
Hello, Dr. Dan. I am doing awesome. Summer's around the corner. It's Friday. It's the best day ever.
I love that because in all of your videos and all of your posts, you say, today is a good day to have the best day ever. And I totally agree with that. I love that. So for those of you who don't know, Gina is an IFBB Figure Pro. She got a pro card in 2005, right?
Yes, thanks for answering that because I had to think about it for a minute.
Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. One of the world's top figure competitors, winner of the Miss Figure International at the prestigious Arnold Classic, runner-up 3 times at the Olympia, which is another huge one. CrossFit trainer, certified personal trainer, yoga instructor, marathon runner, specialist in fitness and nutrition. She has a passion for helping others, inspiration, permanent positive lifestyle changes. Gina, again, welcome. So yeah, I mean, inspiring and making permanent lifestyle changes. So that's what you're doing right now, right? And so we're going to help out a bunch of people. Tell me what's going on.
Yeah, lifestyle changes and permanent changes. You know, when you think of all those top level events that you just listed off, that's like, you know, another level of fitness. But now what I'm about is helping people stay on track and how to stay fit and healthy for life and how to make those small pivots for massive results.
You know what? Those small changes add up over a period of time, and you can really see measurable results, you know, and everybody's busy today, right? Work, family, you're the mom of 2, you're running your own business, married, you have it all going on. So when you go into the gym, and when you're working out at home, because you don't even go into the gym anymore, right? Those days are done, and you're helping people saying, hey, listen, you could do this at home. You don't have to go to the gym to do this, right?
Yeah, so I like to lead by example. So everything that I preach and teach, I've walked through, and I can say this works because I've done it. So to go from that top level competitor where it was 2 hours in the gym, strict, rigid diet, you know, to now coming out of that and doing everything at home, life just kind of threw me into that, having kids and busyness, you know, everything at home. And now to be in better shape than I was then with 1/8 of the time spent working out, it's phenomenal. And, you know, as you said, it's the small things you do on a daily basis. And that continues to be one of my quotes that I always preach and teach is, and my beliefs is success is the sum of the small efforts we do day in and day out.
Daily small efforts make, and let me tell you something. I mean, you look great, you know, as you did when you were competing, right, back in the day. So as you said, you're preaching and you're doing exactly what you're doing, and you know what you want to do, and you're taking these individuals in and you're making them healthier. It's important during this time because we're coming out of a pandemic. Working out helps boost that immune system. We all know that. It's very important. It's good for you, not only physically, mentally, and emotionally, right, Gina?
Well, you know what, actually, so this, I'm putting on a challenge. I know we're going to talk about it, but it is a lot of work. You've put on challenges before, you know how much goes into it. And I woke up this morning and I've got a little bit of a tickle in my throat. I've just been in overdrive putting this together. It's a lot of work. And I had to have that conversation with myself just this morning, as you bring that up. You know, I was going to go at 6 and I slept in till 8 because I gave myself that space to sleep because I knew I needed the sleep. I already told myself I wasn't going to go to the pool and do my cardio because I needed to rest. I got up, I got things moving, and I just was like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to feel better when I go. So I didn't go at the same pace, but I still showed up. So per what you just said, you know, getting in motion, even when we are feeling slightly run down, you know, not bedridden, but it actually helps. Those endorphins actually help. Yes. And I'm actually feeling so much better now. And I'm so glad that I actually showed up today.
Yeah. So you know what? So you got a little extra sleep. I actually did that. I'm usually up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. I slept until almost 6 o'clock today, which is like, oh my goodness. You know, I got up and I was like, you know what? It's okay. I feel pretty good. I had a busy day yesterday. I worked out. And so, you know, a little bit later on, listen, I'm out there every single day also, Gina. And you have to do this. You know, I'm almost 60 years old and I have a son, as you know, that's 13 and he plays hockey. And so I want to keep up with him and I want to be around. You know, I want to be around when he gets married and so forth. And I want to have my best day ever each and every day in addition to. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. And working out is good for you mentally, physically, emotionally, everything that you could possibly think of.
Yeah, and not every day does it have to be a 20-minute workout. You know, just going for a walk around the block is putting you in motion. And I'm all about putting you in motion and starting to just feel what that feels like to get those endorphins going. So daily exercise, I'm all about showing up every single day. But for some people, they think, okay, my style of training is very realistic because it's the small efforts that you do to really lead to that consistency.
Right.
So my whole goal is to keep people showing up every single day. And how do we do that? It's by these small daily efforts and getting people in motion.
You know what? I love that because when I have a patient come in and maybe they need to lose a bunch of weight or something's happened, they have a health concern, Gina, they want to go out and run a marathon right away, or they want to go out and they want to bench press 350 pounds right away. And I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down. And you know what? Do you have a dog? I'll say. And they go, why do you ask that? And I'll say, listen, take your dog and walk 15 minutes out of the house one day and walk 15 minutes back. You'll feel better about yourself. Your dog will be happy. You'll be happy. And it's motion because motion is medicine, right? Yeah. It's very important.
That momentum.
That's right. Once you get that momentum going, and then, you know, you're joining GFit and you're doing the workouts and you're teaching them what to do. And it's a process, right? It's not something that you just come in and you're running a marathon right away.
Right. Yeah. You know, I going into the new year, I was talking about having a stepping mindset versus just all out of the gates. It's January 1st. I'm going to go, like you said, run that marathon, or I'm going to go all in after you've just been all out. So having that, I highly recommend it. And I was teaching the tribe, I want you to step into the new year. Do not go all guns go off and you're running for it, because that's going to lead to burnout. So treat January 1st just like you treated November 1st. Let's just take those steps and then we're going to repeat those steps, you know, and that's what's going to keep it going, because when you go all in, that's what is a recipe for burnout and for somebody to just fall off the wagon because they realize I cannot go at this pace. So it's really just getting the steps in motion.
And for everybody listening right now, if anybody has any questions, I see that we got a bunch of listeners. If anybody has any questions, put it in the comment section. We'll be more than happy to answer. Or if you're listening to this afterwards, put it into the comment and we'll get back to you. And what you're saying, Gina, is so important because January 1st, right? Everybody's at the gym, right? By February 1st, everybody's out of the gym because they have these unrealistic expectations and goals that they put on. And you being a top athlete in the world, you know, each year gets better and better. You weren't at the top of your game after the first 6 months of saying, you know what, I want to be, you know, my goal is to be, you know, one of the top figure competitors in the world. However, it's going to take time to get there. So you don't have to go crazy. And this advice is coming from the top figure competitor in the world. And I think that's very important to mention.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I take the same principles that I use to step on that stage into the training today, into the moms, the grandparents, whoever it is that I'm coaching. I'm taking the exact same principles of those small daily efforts of that showing up every single day. And also, you know, when I was competing way back in the day, I had that carrot dangling. I had that, I got to get in on stage in a bikini. That was my focus. But now it's creating those new rewards, those new little dangling carrots that keep people excited. But I have to say, you know, once you start getting in motion and you get excited for how you're feeling and you realize that you don't have to kill yourself and you're getting the results that you have never seen before, that is enough to keep you going.
It is enough because now what happens, like you said, the endorphins are going, you feel better about yourself, you're in better physical condition. You can actually make better decisions in life because you're thinking clearer, right? So listen, again, we're coming out of a pandemic. You know, people are you know, they had a difficult time. You know, if you're working out and you're following Gina, you know, you're going to think better, you're going to think clearer, and you make better decisions in life. So that's also another part of this. So there's the physical, there's the mental, and there's the emotional. So Gina, we have a challenge that's coming up.
Yes. So before I
Tell
talk about
us.
the challenge, I just wanted to say that, you know, what was really cool was during 2020, the craziest chapter of many of our lives, to see so many of these girls thriving during that time and not just surviving, because we were using the same principles that we did in 2019 in
Right.
2020, and it kept people in motion, and it kept people
Right.
seeing results and their head in a positive headspace. Doesn't matter if it was 2020, we were locked in. Guess what? We were making every day the best day ever. And having that mindset and how we flip that script in our head is really what it's all about.
And I want to say, this is not Pollyanna for for everybody that's listening, because if you do have a positive mindset and you're making it the best day ever, again, you can see the possibilities of what your life can be and what you want to do in your life. Right, Gina?
Yeah. And, you know, I know some people are like, how is every day the best day ever, Gina? This makes no sense to me. There's things that happen. But, you know, it's all of our perspective of how we can take those things that happen and turn them into lessons, turn them into how, you know, how we would have done things different, or just being grateful that things happened because it led us down to a different path. So I know it's kind of a hard one for people to understand, but once you start to kind of find the beauty in the day, you know, it really does change your perspective, and it makes you show up differently.
It does make you show up differently because you have a different, like we said, mindset. You have to have a different attitude. It's much better, and you have the possibilities. You're making better decisions when you're doing this, as opposed to, oh, it's the pandemic.
Right.
Again, you know, it's not the quarantine 15, Gina. Do you know what it is? It's 29.6 pounds on the average that people have gained.
Oh my.
During the pandemic. It wasn't quarantine 15. And when I read that study, I was like,
no, you know what we were doing? The quarantine, we were getting lean in the quarantine.
You and I were getting lean. That's right. Because you were working out and you were eating right. I was working out and I was eating right. I wasn't going to let that hold me back. And you had the same mindset, right?
You know, we have to focus on what we can control. So while there's all these variables out there that we can't control, we can control how we're seeing these things. We can control what we're putting into our mouth. We can control whether or not we're taking a walk around the block or doing 100 squats. Those are things that are within our control. So I choose, and the girls in my tribe choose, to focus on those things. And it's amazing to see people that are thriving just with that simple mindset shift.
Yeah, you know what? I appreciate your work, because that is important. And what you're doing for the ladies is extremely important. And a real quick story. I mean, we were at the hockey rink yesterday, and they do body fat every couple of weeks. And so, you know, my son went to a new team, and they did this whole physical on him. And you know, I hate to say this as a healthcare provider for over 30 years, but my son's percent body fat was 32.6.
Oh, wow.
And that is extremely high. So of course he doesn't listen to me at times. I'm dad, and you know, I get it. So the exercise physiologist, she pulled him aside, and she pulled me aside, and she said, you are one of the fastest kids at any level. You're one of the strongest kids. Here's all the data. If you were to lose 15% body fat, she said, imagine how much better you would be. I looked at him, and I should have said it would have been the best day ever, you know, but he's taking small steps right now, Gina. And we mapped it out, drinking more water, having some more veggies, having some more lean protein, grass-fed beef, taking away all of those snacky things. All the kids were hiding them, by the way, in their bedroom. And I found them. So it happens to me too. And it's important. Again, small, measurable, demonstrable steps, big words. That means motion, movement, momentum, keep it moving forward.
Massive results. What's cool about that story is that, you know, just changing it from, oh, buddy, you need to lose weight, to now just shifting it to, no, this is going to make you a better athlete. This isn't about you dropping weight. This is about you're already amazing, but imagine how much better you can get by dropping the weight. So it just shifts.
And you have a stronger why right now. And it could be for you and I dealing with clients, it could be something like, you know what? I want to go on the beach. I want to have a little bit more self-esteem. I want to go to this party and I want the dress or I want the shirt to fit better. Or I just want to be around because my children are having children and I'm going to be a grandfather, a grandmother one day, and I want to be able to pick up my grandkids, right?
Right. Yeah. Shifting that why should be that catalyst that actually puts you into motion.
It does. And it really makes all the difference in the world. He got up this morning, Gina, and he said, Dad, he goes, the next week, I want to know when I'm going because I have to make sure I'm ready to go. I got to make sure my diet's right. And he's excited now. He's excited. Now, we're all not 13 years old trying to play tier 1 hockey, but that doesn't matter. Again, everybody has their own goals. Everybody wants to make their own day, whatever that means to you, their best day ever.
Yeah, my logo is actually a flame. And what that really represents is just that fire that we all have within us. And it's just bringing out that flame and bringing out that excitement. So
I love that.
Like for your son, he's kind of found that fire. That alone is just kind of igniting that fire. And once that fire is ignited, it's takeoff, but it's just a matter of kind of finding it within each of us. Cause like you said, it's different for everyone.
It is different for everyone. And I love that you have a logo that has a flame because it's igniting. And that's what we want to do is we want to ignite individuals to be the best they ever. And we want them to be healthy because you know what? You want to be healthy. You want longevity. You want quality of life, right? You want it to be quality of life. You don't want to be, as I say, I look at the picture of my father, Gina, when he was 60 years old. And if you were to put a picture of me side by side, I don't have it. I'm here in the office. I wish I had it. He looks like he's 90 when he was 60 years old because he didn't take care of himself that way. Right. He didn't do any of that stuff. He was 280 pounds. He wasn't living his best day ever. And unfortunately, he passed away when he was 71 years old.
Oh,
Wow.
Well,
you know what? It was terrible. It was horrible. But all about the learning, all about the lessons. And he said, I smoked all of my life. He goes, I don't want to ever see any of you smoke because this is not fun. Again, measurable changes, small little changes, inspiring people, no matter what that is, in order to help them out. Yes.
Well, I have the best way to kind of light that fire to get people.
I love this.
And I'm glad that we reconnected because I know that we chatted a while ago. I don't remember when that was, but we were talking all about my less is more approach and what we're talking about, the small daily efforts and all that. We did mention my big summer squat challenge that I have. So now we're 2 days away from this challenge. And so it is that challenge, Dan, that gets people in motion. And this is the 7th year I've been doing this, and it only gets better and better and greater and greater. And I shared with you before our call, we'll get into the challenge, exactly what the details are. But so far, the lineup, this is a global challenge. Squat challenge.
This is amazing, by the way, Gina.
So far we have on board Canada, Japan, France, Sweden, Mexico, Jamaica, Israel, England, Greece, Africa, Germany, Netherlands, Switzerland, and USA, and growing. Pretty cool.
That is, I just got my email. I just got my email because I'm going to tell everybody that I have joined and my son has joined in New Jersey. So New Jersey's represented right now.
Yes.
And I got my Gina Aliotii fitness. Here it is right here. It says, hello, Daniel Cardalicchio. This is our 7th year. I have everything. I just got the email a few seconds ago. So I'm ready to go. So that's amazing. This is a worldwide phenomenon, Gina.
It really is. It's not going anywhere. It's only going to get better. The goal is to get people squatting. Summer equals squats. So what this is, it's.
I love that. Summer equals squats. I love that.
It's what we do. It's just what we do. So it's a very realistic challenge. And I know it sounds crazy to think 100 squats every day of summer, but you can do 10, you can split them up. So
right. You're not doing 100 squats right away.
No, remember the stepping mindset. So if you
Right.
feel like you want to, there's some days I'll bust out all 100 because I'm feeling it. But if
Right.
you're somebody who's new or you haven't squatted in years, take 10 and then you do another 10. And as long as you sprinkle the 10 out throughout the day, and as long as you get in 100, then you're done. So it's getting you in motion. It's realistic. So it's what we're talking about. It's pushing, starting to get that boulder in motion. It's hard at first, but once we start to push it, it takes off. And that's where we get people in motion. But what's so fun about this challenge is it's all walks of life. You see the Facebook group come Sunday when we kick off, the pictures and the videos and the grandkids and the grandparents and the kids. And there's so many people that are doing this, all levels, from all parts of the world. So you get to see all different terrains. People are doing, squats at the beach or squats while they're camping, squats in their bathing suits. There's no gym necessary, no shoes required. It's anywhere. Anyone can squat anywhere with anything.
I think you were doing squats the other day and you put it up and there were no shoes, right? You could just, wherever you are, you could just walk out the back of your house and onto the grass, and you can get the dog and you can squat with the dog, or if you want to squat.
Totally.
Right.
I've seen there's been people that are, nurses, and they're in their scrubs they're at the hospital squatting, or people there was somebody in a meat refrigerator. They must have been working in the meat industry. I'm not sure. I love that. Really, at the train station, it's just so fun. And that's really what this is about, is getting you excited, getting you in motion, having thousands of people all doing the same thing. And that momentum and that energy and that positivity is amazing.
You know what? I love this, Gina. I'm in. My son's in. And as I've said, my son's going to be at camp. He's going to have the camp. He's going to have his whole bunk doing this. So if there's 20 kids, they're going to be doing squats every single day. They're healthy for you, get your heart rate up a little bit, makes you feel good about yourself. I'm doing 100 a day, and I'm going to post mine in the Facebook group because I want you to critique me too. Like, you got to go a little bit lower,
That's a great point. First of all, when you sign up, you get a free summer squat challenge checklist.
Yes.
It's amazing the feeling you get when you go check, and all of a sudden you see this thing start to light up. But I'm also going to send a free PDF that's got the 95 variations that we're going to do.
95 variations that we're going to do?
95 variations of a squat. So
Gina, I didn't know there was 95 variations. I'm an old guy. We just squat. That's all we did back in the day.
Yeah, there's so many different eagle arm squats.
This is great.
Squats, band squats, curtsy squats. There's so many. And so I am doing this on my YouTube channel. So once you sign up, you'll get all the information. And every day I'm going to post the squat variation of the day. And a squat is a squat. So you can squat however you want. However, I am sharing the exact form and what we're doing for that day to encourage you to maybe try it that way, so that we can stimulate different muscles so that our body doesn't get used to doing the same thing. So if anything, you're going to learn 95 squat variations that you can incorporate into your home workouts.
And you know what? You can incorporate them into your home workouts, and you can continue on with the challenge, because it doesn't end in 95 days. It's just the beginning, right?
Yeah. So after the 95 days, it's that feeling, the same feeling. And I posted this on my Instagram and Facebook yesterday. That same feeling that I had when I was on stage with Arnold and he shaking his hand, he handed me an award, he handed me a check. That same feeling, believe it or not, is the same feeling you get when you're done here. It doesn't take money. It doesn't take an award. It doesn't take Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's the fact that you committed to something and that you saw it through.
You committed, you made a goal, you saw it through, you've now accomplished your goal. Now you're excited about accomplishing your goal. And that's the feeling, right, that you had on stage when you were doing that. That's amazing. I love that.
When you have that feeling, you start to kind of reflect and say, wow, if I can do that, I can do this. And if I can do that, I didn't know, it builds that confidence to help you take those next steps out of fitness. So the next step with your fitness, but also the next step with your job goals or your family goals, or those things that you've always wanted to do, but you just have lacked that confidence.
And this is extremely important, Gina, what you're saying, because the confidence you get from obtaining a goal, you now can take it and you can move it over to this part of your life, or to this part of your life, or to this part of your life. It doesn't have to be just your fitness. It could be anything, your best day ever, as you say. It could be any aspect of your life that you can do this with, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't, that's what's so funny is people, squats are kind of, you know, when people think, oh, I want to improve my body, I want to improve my buns, people think squats. When people enter the challenge, I think initially they're thinking about physical goals. Oh yes, I want these physical goals, but I kind of chuckle in the background because I know everything else that comes with this. So I'll let them think that they're just getting these physical results, but truly it's
more. It's more.
So much more.
All right, we have Andrea Mars that's watching us right now. She is a client of mine. She's lost 40 pounds. And guess what, Andrea? This is, I want you to join this. So in the show notes in there right now, I want you to join, and we're doing 100 squats a day. So I'm gonna call Gina in the next day, or I'm gonna text her. I'm gonna say, is an Andrea Mars in there? All right.
Welcome,
if not,
Andrea. Welcome and congratulations on your results. Let's keep them going.
Keep them going. And Gina's going to help you out even further with the squat challenge. So Andrea, get in there and get in there now. So that's what I want you to do. So
yes,
it's all good. This is great. I love this. This is a worldwide phenomenon. We're unifying people from all over the world for a common cause in squatting, and it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually very excited. So Monday it starts, right?
Sunday. So
Sunday.
It's Father's Day. It's the summer solstice. So it's a summer squat challenge. So it always kicks off on the first day of summer, and it goes all the way till the end of summer.
It goes all the way to the end of summer. Gina, if somebody sees this a couple of days after it starts, can they still jump in and start up then?
That's a great question. So that I was glad to get on your show today, because I really want people to sign up before, because like I said, if you sign up at day 3, I'm never going to deny somebody that they can't squat, because I want everyone to feel this feeling.
Right.
But, you know, starting it from day 1, there's that many more stars on your checklist. So to answer your question, anyone can squat at any time. That'd be like saying my gym doors are closed. Never, right? But hopefully people will sign up before, so we can kick off together and just start to crank them out.
Let's all sign up now, because I'm starting, and let's get it going. I think, where am I Sunday? I think I'm going to be on the beach on Sunday.
Perfect.
So
squats. It's a celebration.
It is a celebration. Father Day squats. My son's going to be there. I may get everybody on the beach, because Gina, you know me, I may just get up and say, all right, everybody, come on, let's go. And we may be doing a whole squat challenge, and I may have another 50 people.
That is exactly the energy we want to bring in. I don't care. People with wine glasses in their hand, you're at a party, you're at the beach. Everyone, come on, huddle over. We're doing squats today because I'm a part of the challenge, and it's amazing to see people that squat and get everyone involved. And it's just really fun, Dan.
I love it. And it's going to be a great time, and we're going to make it where it's going to be a great time. And you're going to squat, and you're going to get healthier, and you're going to reach your goal, and you're going to feel better, and you're going to reach another goal after that. Small steps each and every day. Best day ever, right, Gina?
Sure is. It sure is.
All right. So what's the link? I'm going to have it in the notes. It's already in the notes, but what's the link again, so that we can get in there?
I don't have the link memorized, but here's very simple. If you go to my website, which is GinaAliotii.com, there's a big pop-up that says join the challenge, and it'll lead you right down the rabbit hole of goodness.
I love that. Listen, I recommend everybody right now, go to the website, go to the show notes. Let's go down the rabbit hole of goodness together. Gina, it is always great talking to you.
It is so great to chat with you too. And thanks for getting me on right before the fun. And I'm so glad that you've committed, getting your son involved. And
we are committed.
Create that reward system for him. Hey, if you do this, then we get, I always say putting that reward system in place, because if you put I tell my kids they get to have ice cream if they clean up their mess.
Right.
Clean up the mess, right? So creating those reward systems for us and even our kids, If you do your 100 squats, you get your treat at night. If you do your 100 squats for, after a month of squats, you get this, or after 95 days, because my kids will be doing this too, then you get this to go to the Padre game, whatever it is, a bigger reward.
I'm just thinking one day, I think we have to have a live in the Facebook, Gina, and all the kids one day from around the world doing the squats.
Oh, right? Yes. Oh, well, speaking of which, I didn't mention that every Tuesday I'm going to be doing a live workout on my YouTube channel. So it's a bonus this year. We're going to rock the squats together, and I'm going to incorporate all full body workout to kind of share people my style and to get a full body workout in 20 minutes or so with minimal stuff. So that's another bonus this year that I'm excited about.
I love that. Gina, this is great. I'm looking forward to it. I recommend everybody right now, stop listening to us. It's right there in the show notes. Sign up. It's for free. 95 days, 100 squats per day. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So Gina, any last thoughts?
I think we covered a lot. I'm just really looking forward to it. And if there's any questions, let me know. But like you said, go now. So I know if I put something off, I'm probably not going to do it. So
do it now.
What you're doing. And let's actually do 10 squats. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 10 squats together. And then everyone
let's go.
Gets up. We do 10 squats and then they can go sign up. Deal?
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right. So, I got my earbuds in, but I'm going to squat with you. Okay. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. You don't feel better.
I feel better. I'm motivated. I'm ready to go. As a matter of fact,
10 times a day and you're done. That's it.
That's all you have to do. This 10 times a day. How long did that take?
20 seconds, maybe.
20 seconds.
Perfect.
Everybody get in. Sign up for the squats. I'm going to have my partner sign up for the squats today. I'm going to see if he says anything. I'm going to see if because he doesn't work out at all. But I'm going to get him in because I'm going to be working with him too. Get him in motion. Gina, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you soon. Everybody, join up and we'll see you on the squat challenge. Take care, Gina.
Thanks, Dr. Dan. See you soon.
Take care.